must admit that I like what I see.
Hey guys, welcome back to Blogger Chicks Quick Chat. In this vlog, we will be talking about Labor Day in New York City and how it went. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready?
Very ready.
Okay. Okay, so we're starting from Thursday, which was Bunji Garlin at the Apple Store in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. Right?
Yes.
His album came out that Friday, which was last Friday. Turn Up. I hope you guys have it. It's actually really, really good. I mean, it's Bunji Garlin. Hello.
And it has a lot of favorites. It has like Big Bad Soca.
Yes,
and
yes.
So, yeah.
Well, what did you guys think about the turnout and location and everything?
To be in an intimate space and hear him talk about his journey as an artist and talk about his music and, you know, kind of feel like you're having the conversation with him and, you know.
Yeah. And David Levy hosted, so, you know, it's good to have somebody who knows the culture, knows the music.
For me personally, you know, Bunji Garlin is a part of VP Records. I really wish they did more promoting for that. I didn't even know he had an album coming out, to be honest.
Yeah.
And we're usually our ears to the ground, so we hear a lot. But I didn't hear anything. Did you guys know? I was thinking,
So at the event, they told us the album was releasing tomorrow, and everyone in the room was like, "What?
Exactly.
Now?" And they're like, actually, you can pre-order right now. We're like, okay.
Like, for what? When we gonna get it tomorrow? It was just, listen, VP, I love you guys, but man, y'all need to do soca better than y'all been doing soca for real. Cause to me, even though, cause I, you know, talking to people behind the scenes, they were like, you know, he's been on tour. That's all fine and dandy, but that's why you have people in the streets. You got posters. You got Instagram. Like,
you have us.
Hello. You know what I mean? Like, you should have been doing this like a month or even a couple months before that, dude. This album is coming out this Friday. Pre-order now. And, you know, I just wish they, on that front, they had done him.
We're here for soca to grow. And soca grows when there's a recognition that there is an audience and that they have a massive numbers. You can show that when you sell a huge amount of albums on the first day.
Right.
You get that when you tell the insiders, when you tell your fans the day, more than the night before, more than that same day.
Yeah, to go get it.
When you tell us and we're prepared and we're all sitting on the computers, then whoa. In the first hour, they sold this many albums. That's how it works. It's the only way. Get the word out there.
I mean, it didn't hurt him per se because he did come in number 2, I believe, on the charts. But still,
But imagine if they had done more of that promotion. If we had been seeing it everywhere on your Instagram timeline, on your Twitter feed, on Facebook. You're seeing it in the streets. You're seeing it in parties. They're mentioning it when they play songs. Like, yeah, they really could have done a lot more to get people to buy the album because it's important for people to support soca and purchase the album. So
that is the
tell
message.
us it's coming out and we'll buy it.
Exactly. And promote it heavy. Hello, bloggers, that's what we do.
Exactly.
Just saying. All right, so Friday. What do we do Friday? We saw Cass. 4040. 4040 is a beautiful club for a sports fan.
Right.
It's a very nice club, do not get me wrong. For a soca event, not so much. Not so much. Like, you know, Cass showed up and he was behind the DJ booth and he was confined. Really, you could tell he couldn't move the way he wanted to move. And the fans were like right smack dab on the DJ. It was kind of uncomfortable, would you say?
Yeah, it was
like,
very uncomfortable. Kes is on a certain level, and we should treat him as such.
Exactly.
We shouldn't have our artists in a place where, like, you know, this is your first thing and just be happy you got a mic and you got a chance to sing. Like, no. Yeah. He's one of our top artists. We need to give him full space, full respect so that his fans can show him the love that we want to give him.
Yeah.
So I feel like the venue was not proper for that.
It wasn't. But you know what? He still did the damn thing and turned up as Kes does. So kudos to him. He made it work.
So while you guys were at 4040, I was at the Brooklyn Museum for Brass Fest, which was one of the biggest events on Friday night, big outdoor space. Yeah. They had so many artists come through from all over. Like we had a lot of different nations represented. Yeah. The only issue I had with it was they didn't promote it to a younger crowd. They didn't set it up for a young, energetic soca crowd. There are seats everywhere. So there were a lot of people trying to jump up but like move in between seats, and then people were sitting down. They were like, I can't see. And it's like, what? Yeah. Huh? If you're an older soca fan, you'll come to this, but the lineup, you won't know any of the songs.
Right.
They were not like calypsonians on there. So it's like, you know, you had Problem Child, you had Lava Man
with seats.
With seats. It was a weird setup. I think as far as the production went, it went really well. Like the artists got on, they did their thing, but the crowd just wasn't as moving, you know. But of course, when the All Stars came out with Ricardo Drew, Teddyson John, Tizzy, people got up. People were very into that. They know how to move a crowd. Yeah, you missed Tizzy. She did her thing. It was good. It was good. But they definitely need to work on their promotion. Why had to come on.
Okay, so moving on to Saturday, where did we go? For me, I stayed home. It rained really early.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
I was going to stay home. And then there was a Canadian fest. So gotta get up and go. And saw Tall Pre, Lava Man, Terror the Governor, Alma Boy, and a few other artists. Wow. And they tore it down, and the crowd was there. No, that was actually on land. Whoa.
Where it needed to be.
Whoa, on land in Brooklyn. And it was good. One thing I have to say about this weekend in general was that there were quite a few like only island parties. So there was a couple of Grenadian parties. There was a big Lucian show. There was a big Vincy show. There was a boat ride for Vincy's. I mean, I think, and what I would like to see in the future is that these promoters come together so that we can fet together in unity. Yes. I think, we know enough of music. The music is out there. Yeah. We know the music. We can fet together. And I would love to be in a place where I could see artists from different islands.
But then also that keeps it growing too. Because you might be familiar with the Grenadian artists and not the Lucian artists. By the way, the Lucians came out in force this weekend. I'm sorry.
Nice.
They were everywhere. Okay, so shouts to St. Lucia. Y'all represented. But imagine if we had so many more events where all of the islands are coming together, bringing all of their top artists. We'd all get more familiar with the music from different islands.
Yes. And we could take up some bigger venues and make things. I mean, it's Labor Day.
So we're skipping Sunday real quick. We're going to Monday. You guys want to talk about the Parkway? Because I didn't go. I went to Bushead. We'll talk about that.
I wasn't going to go on the Parkway, but then I said, we gotta go on
the
Parkway.
You gotta at least go on the Parkway, sample some food, get some pineapples with rum, which eat first.
I would have been a good idea.
That would have been so smart. We're grown-ups, we should have known that. But it was sort of tame this year to me.
Really?
As far as like the procession, the music, some of the speakers on the trucks weren't as loud. Then there was a lot of gaps in between, like you're waiting for the next band to come down.
So the energy wasn't consistent.
It wasn't. It
up,
wasn't.
Then down, then okay.
Yeah.
I thought the costumes were really beautiful, but hard to see.
Right. Yeah.
They are professionals at showing off their costumes on the runway before at the band launch.
Right. Yeah.
So come on, when you come out on that road, show us what we, people are there to see a parade.
Yeah.
Like, don't forget that portion of it. They're not jumping up with you. They're sitting in a chair on the side of the road waiting to see a pretty show with their entire family. Give us a show.
A little more pageantry to it would be great. Yeah. Cut to Bushead, because there was so much controversy over this event even before it happened.
Yes. The timing of Bushead, like I don't get it, but you know what?
3 o'clock on Labor Day when you know the parade is in full swing.
Exactly. So I had to make a decision. I said, you know what? It's Machel and Bunji. I've seen them a million times, but I've never seen them on one stage together. So I made the decision, to cut out the Parkway this year, but I wasn't disappointed. So yeah, it was like from 3 to like 11. Got there at 5. The place was ram. When I tell you, you couldn't move in that venue, so I was stuck in the back with the people that couldn't come up front, so it was hard to see. And they had these walls that projected like videos or whatever, but it didn't project the freaking concert. I didn't understand that. So I'm in the back, behind God's back, and I'm looking. You have to like tiptoe to see Machel and Bunji that look like this little. That was like my biggest problem with that show is that I wish they had somewhere where you could actually see what's happening up front if you were in the back. So they had some guest appearances like King Bubba and Teddyson John. Nice. They had Mr. Killer, who I love. Listen, let me tell you something about Mr. Killer. I freaking love him. Like the way he performs, the energy. Listen, just Mr. Killer, shout out to you. And they had Busta Rhymes, which was super random. but he was there. You know, he's Jamaican, I believe, and whatever. Masha brought him out. Do your thing. He was there, but overall, it was a really, really well put together show. I just wish they had a bigger space.
But we said that.
Yeah.
We said that in our bus head.
Check out the rewind. The energy in that place was ridiculous. I mean, those two legends on one stage. If you missed the show, you missed a lot. But it was definitely.
Is she talking to me?
Yeah, it
hurting our feelings.
So I understood why people were upset. But then on the other side of it, a lot of people were like, you know what? A lot of us don't go to the carnival anyway. Don't go to the Parkway anyway. You know what I mean? So they chose to go.
And we know so many people come to Brooklyn for the parade.
Yeah.
Or even if they're not going to the parade, it's Brooklyn Carnival weekend. You're coming to all the fetes, the events, the parties, all because of the carnival.
Right.
So even if you don't go to the parade,
Yeah.
you're still here because of the parade, because it's our carnival.
Especially as, you know, a blogger from New York, like Labor Day is what we kind of live for, because that's where we get our content to show you what New York Carnival is all about. So I had to make the decision to choose which one I was going to, because I could not do both. You know,
I'd be curious to hear from the promoters why they made that decision. Why that day, why that time, why that venue. But there was one party that did it right. Yeah. We all got to go. We had a ball at Rupee's birthday bash, Tipsy at Resort World Casino. That was...
Shout out to Rupee. Happy belated birthday.
Yes, yes.
He's the sweetest. Rupee is the sweetest guy. Oh my gosh.
Well, and he brought a whole bunch of friends with him. He brought so many artists. I mean, we had Lead Pipe and Status. We had the Request Band from Brooklyn. We had, you know, just Ricardo Drew, the whole All Stars.
Bungie and Masha, hello.
Fan was there. Yeah, well, Masha made his surprise appearance.
We already knew it.
But we kind of, come on.
You can't surprise us with nobody else. Come on, stop it.
I mean, you can't say huge surprise guest and not have it be that. Like, who else would be? Unless you got Destra out of her bed somehow.
I'm on the stage. I would have been with that too.
That would have been
I was surprised at how well done
they
that
had to push us out of resorts. So
right.
Trying to leave Caribbean people again. You know, hello. We don't know when to leave.
We don't know when to get out.
But yeah, that was by far the largest lineup for the entire Labor Day weekend. Like there was so many people on that bill. Like they just back to back. I was like, well, damn.
So many islands represented.
Right.
Shout out to him and his team. They did an awesome job. Y'all need to maybe make that like an annual thing. I think for me with this whole Labor Day experience, there's a lot of people that I wanted to see that I didn't get to see. Nadia Botson was in town.
New York.
And you didn't have her anywhere unless I missed it. Like
no way. There's no way.
You saw her she was at Bushead.
She came out and supported other artists.
You know what I mean? Like, can we have her on somebody's bill?
I would have thought maybe Brass Fest at least we would have seen her. I mean, because Pharma Nappy came out and said
they should have brought her in the Sass band. Like, you know what I mean? Her and JoJo and Terry.
Miss Alicia.
Terry was in town. You know what I mean? Like,
that would have been good.
And I get it, the way Carnival and how it works, where whoever's popular that year, that's who you're going to see. But there's so many people out there that was doing it this year that I didn't get to see.
But I mean, that's our gripe with the music altogether, is that you're going to hear, there was so much music for 2017 and you still hear the same 5 songs. Like even now, it's September, and people still jamming.
DJs, promoters, just know we want more inclusive events.
Right. And this is not just coming from Blogger Chicks. We talk to people who follow us. We talk to people in parties. Like they definitely want to hear more. They don't want to jump up to the same song.
Exactly. But shout out to the DJs that do include everybody and play everybody's stuff. That's a real DJ right there. I'm not gonna name names, but they know who they are.
And you know who they are.
Exactly.
So. But yeah, our overall view, people, what would you give Labor Day weekend? Out of a 10, what would you give it?
You know, if we take Tipsy, which is like the outlier, if we take that out of the bag, I don't know, this weekend to me was a little bit quiet. There were a lot of events, you know, lots of paint parties, powder parties, things like that. But there were so many things that was like, if you missed it, it was like, I didn't really. There was no FOMO. You know, so I'm going to give it a strong 6. Other than Tipsy. I'm gonna give it a strong 6.
Tipsy is excluded, yes.
I'm gonna give it like a 7.5 because of those outlier parties that I got to go to. Because I went to a lot of like underground things that people are like, why are you going to the Bronx? What are you doing in that part of Brooklyn right now? Like, at this hour, what's happening?
Okay.
It is 6 a.m. right now. Doesn't New York restrictions now? No. Follow me, you will know. But I think based on those events and the music that was played and how they represented different islands at those events, that will bring it up a little more of a notch.
Yeah.
So that to me is 7.5.
Yeah. For me, I think because of the events that I went to, I probably give it like a 7.5 as well. Excluding Tipsy and Bushead, because I mean, come on, you know. But everything else, it was cool. Yeah, it was cool. What I would like to see more is a lot more artists included, a lot more different names. I get that you have to, you know, gear more towards the popular people. I get it.
To sell your ticket.
You understand? I understand that, but it's nothing with having the up and coming artists there too to open the show.
Yeah,
I'm sure they gonna probably do your show for free just for the exposure. You know what I mean? So I would like to see a lot more of that. And yeah, but 7.5. Yeah.
So basically what we're telling everyone is more unity in these soca. We know what's going on with the islands right now with hurricanes and things like that. We're talking about unity all over the place.
Yeah.
Let's continue to promote that and keep it in our parties and our festivals too.
Good chat, ladies.
Very nice.
We got everything off our chest?
Yes, I feel good.
Yeah.
Follow us on Blogger Chicks on all social media.
Yes.
Follow the Soca List, Soca Say So, this chick on all social media and our websites. And hope to see you next time. Bye.
You ain't got me tipsy when you turn and you dip behind. You ain't